If I could have fished any lake in any era for any carp, it would have been for the likes of Mary, the pug, Malins and all those fish at Wraysbury in that area. Just the thought of it alone sends shivers down my spine.
When you first stand and look across, you think, my word, this is without doubt a carp pond beyond all carp ponds. It's an enormous sheet of water.
Pure carnage, just gone midnight.
Come on, Luke, get in.
Not one of us could ever have imagined what was going to happen next.
Now?
Yeah, now. Right now.
Out the blue, I just heard Luke's buzzer.
Between me and the spot, there's a lot of waves.
He's ours, mate, yes.
Come on, tiny bit left and forwards. Keep going.
I'm going to put two side by side, a pop up and a double 12mm bottom bait. Turn this off.
I genuinely think if I was fishing this spot, I'd have caught more than you. I think you've last couple of days, really.
I'm fishing for big, wary carp that know the crack. This is really, really cool, mate. Pucker carp.
Whoa, we scared the life out of him. Going for your pop-up, that's what you need. Drop in like that. Go on, have it now, have it now, have it now. It's in his mouth.
Obviously come in and trash that spot.
Lovely scaly carp.
I'd eat my hat if there weren't carp here.
That's a carp. Yeah, another one there now.
Ordinarily, I would not have left that.
We wanted to see the hinge rig underwater.
This spot took a long time to come good, but I've got a sneaking feeling this is the first of a few.
You are about to watch a fascinating insight into our latest underwater series, which features Luke Stevenson fishing at the mighty Wraysbury. The water is crystal clear, the carp are epic, and his challenge is, as always, to catch one of those carp in front of our underwater cameras. And if you head over to the Cypography website, you will find lots more videos just like this one. And if you use the code Wraysbury, all in capitals, when subscribing, we have a little surprise in store for you.
Right, so Luke's getting his rod ready. There's currently 3 fish. There's 3 fish just eating. Don't know what they're eating, because I'm sure there's no bait left, but 4 fish. Yeah, let's do it.
Now, in my head, I thought the first day was just a real slow, steady setup day until Elliot turned the cameras on and all of a sudden, like, the buzz went through the roof.
The other spot's got fish all over it. I don't know how to tell.
I'm just cleaning the screen, turn it on, they are literally all over it.
Whoa, we scared the life out of him. Wow.
Wraysbury South Lake is approximately 70 acres. It's an enormous sheet of water. When you first stand and look across, you think, my word, this is without doubt a carp pond beyond all carp ponds.
There's literally 3 headbutting the lens as we
All
speak.
right, stop now. It's not fair. This is crazy. Right, you good?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Turn this off.
Make no mistake about it, Luke was absolutely furious casting in the tree. I would have been the same. There's an added element of pressure. There's an added element of annoyance and distraction, unwanted distraction, I should add, that comes with any type of filming. And in a situation like that, to cast in the tree is something everyone does. There's no shame in it, as much as Luke didn't really see it that way. That's just how it goes, but it wasn't the start we were all hoping for, that was for sure.
That's the pressure of all this
That's how it goes, man. Everyone casts in the tree. Isn't it?
It's horrible, mate. That first one was a bit short. I thought, that won't happen again. Didn't think that could get in the tree on that clip. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When I heard it go out, I was thinking, that sounds absolutely prime.
Well, it would have been close, eh?
They're still there eating though, don't worry.
I'm trying to save my the rig for the other rod, which is a little bit longer. Try and pick this knot and we can use this. It's all this hurrying to fish feeding on the screen, hurrying and rushing, and it's not conducive to accuracy. Yeah. Never mind. I'll resurrect it, I think. Sweet as.
That's perfect. Leave that there. Bang middle of shot. Bang middle of
Went-
shot. Huh?
Went in like a sack of spanners, but
Bang middle of shot, not tangled. Happy days.
yeah. Ordinarily, I would not have left that.
Yeah, look. Rig's there.
All right, happy days.
Bang centre.
Yeah, all right.
Can't really see your lead. See the weed, look, how annoying is that? Hopefully they come in and...
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. I think people will like that. I think it's, do you know what I mean? People like to see a bit of weed. It's different, isn't it?
You are a man of the people after all, Luke.
Oh, this is it, mate.
I'm saying put bait out now.
Yeah,
They're gone.
Might as well. I've cast up the tree.
With the rig bang centre of shot, Luke set about baiting the spot, choosing to dot his bombs loosely over the top to achieve a decent spread of boilies.
Okay, so that's what we got, basically.
Yeah, I like it, mate. I didn't want them all on top of each other, from a fishing point of view. And that bit of weed you're worried about, I like it in shot. Gives it a bit of perspective as what this, because it isn't just clean out there, is it?
No.
There is only that bit and there's loads of weed. Yeah, I like it. Hook bait's centre of shot.
Yeah, sat proud.
Looks nice.
Landed lovely. Get the other rod out.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, cool. All right.
Yep.
Let's go. Must admit, it felt a bit weird for me to finally get a rod in position, baited, and to walk round that table and sit in front of that screen with my rig in front of the camera and the expectation, if you like, on me and what I've just done. And I really don't mind admitting, I was really excited. I was genuinely really excited, and I know Elliot and Dave was as well. Collectively, there was a real buzz, you know, like a real genuine buzz there, and that was great. Oh my.
Carp coming, he's on a good line as well. Are you going to catch him? He's going straight towards the pop-up. Yes.
No,
Oh, he touched it with his lip. Didn't like that.
did he touch it with his lip?
Yeah.
Do you think? I thought he was this way of it, personally.
He touched it with his lip, spooked off of it, and he's wafted it behind that bit of weed I was worried about, and that's why I was worried about it. Blocks after shot.
Mm. Too clean for a pop-up. Is now. That was the worry, wasn't it? But we thought we'd stick with the game plan.
Little bastard.
That was my concern, was it's too clean for a pop-up. So I'm going to get this out there now. That
We'll change it then.
no, we'll see how we go. I mean, it's been loads of action, so why
Yeah.
not? Do you know what I mean? We've got
Yeah.
nothing to lose. But I mean, if I had to catch one, yeah, I'd be putting a bottom bait on there. But
You want to put a bottom bait on there?
No. I want to see how my rig does. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm really interested.
This will happen with pop-ups. It always does. There's
Yeah.
always fish that sort of clock them and don't like them. It's
Yeah.
not uncommon.
We see how we see like in 2 hours or 3 hours time where we're at. Yeah, it's only been 10 minutes, isn't it?
We can't see the rig though, which is a problem.
It's not ideal.
With the pop-up obscured, the weed simply had to go, so Elliot headed out in the boat to do a spot of gardening. Back on shore, Luke prepared a fresh rig and bait for the left-hand spot.
Let me just swing that round. Come on.
Right, yep, that's bang in front of camera, mate. Your line doesn't look great though. That's what he's got.
Is that the line?
Yeah, it's literally vertical off the spot.
Spot's no good then, is it?
You can just pin it down.
No, I don't.
You can easily pin that down.
They're big bits of putty. 2 big bits of putty.
One, you need a lead core on, I think, and 2, you need a massive piece of putty on the back of it. As long as you've got 3 foot lead core with a big bit of putty on it, that will go down.
It's too clear for lead core, isn't it?
Mate, these fish ain't going to worry about that. There's weed everywhere.
Is it in a heap? Is it in a bit of a
No,
heap?
it's slightly coiled, it seems.
Yeah, I like that though. Yeah.
This is what I was expecting. Obviously, like I said to you before, but we've fished a couple of spots like this recently.
Yeah,
And
it's too near the wall of
With a
weed,
baiting
isn't it,
pole,
in hindsight.
you're actually not that close to it. You'd be surprised. You're like at least 5 foot away. You either need to be dropping closer to the weed.
I should have dropped it not on a tight line, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Let it.
It wouldn't. I don't think it'd make much odds.
That's how I'd have probably preferred to drop it.
But you need a heavy leader with a heavy. Have you got little back leads in it?
No, not got back leads. No.
Obviously, you've got the poles. As long as you can mould a massive lump of putty around the top of a leg or leader, that will pin down 100%. But with just fluoro like that,
then in that case it will pin down as well. If I just mould massive blobs of putty
massive bit of
on
putty
this,
will work. Yeah. But
Yeah.
obviously, every little helps.
This is arguably not
You
a
just
lot
need a
different.
huge bit of putty.
Do you want to do it?
It's up to you, or leave it. See what happens. Normally, naturally, most people are casting into these spots all the time, and this is what's happening.
All right,
Like, that is
we'll
what's
redo it.
happening.
It's just ag with this pole down to that spot, isn't it? But,
I don't necessarily think they're going to be scared of the line. They look at all the weed they're brushing through and stuff. It's not like.
I just want to bait this and we'll give it an hour and see how we go. There's nothing to disturbance-wise, just to pull that out again.
No, it's easy.
Isn't the end of the world. Let's bait that.
And like naturally, like you said earlier, you want to fish how you would.
We haven't
fishing.
had any bait on here either, have we yet?
No.
I'm desperate to get a bit on there.
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Do
All
it. Yeah, do it and leave it.
With the left-hander at perfect catapult range, Luke wandered down to pult a few freebies over the top of his rig, achieving the perfect spread.
Right, got breakfast on. We're having scrambled eggs with ham. 2 rigs in the water, and the laptop's just started working again. Yes! That's a sigh of relief. Let's get this fired up. One less thing to worry about. It's now coming up to 10 o'clock. Spots are relatively quiet, as expected really. Bit of messing around this morning, as it always is. So I think we should look back at the fish that we kind of came close to. We never really got to look back at it, did we, via the phone? If I play the clip now, Carp comes into shot. He's eating away at them quite happily, isn't he?
I reckon he has 10 or 12. Wafts a few about.
And then sort of beelining towards that.
No, I think he's
But he
chewing.
doesn't
He's
do it
chewing,
on
mate.
purpose.
He's uprighting and chewing, and he swims into
Yeah, he
it.
doesn't.
I'd say,
He wouldn't
in
try
my-
to take it. No.
Yeah.
It looked like it touched his face.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the fact
Didn't
that
like
something
it.
touched his face, so he ran away.
Yeah, or might have seen a lead or something. I don't know. He knew something was up.
And that was him gone, never to return. But I'm sure he's the fish I saw from the boat yesterday when we got here. So hopefully he comes back.
He'll have a taste for that bait, wouldn't he? If I'd have said. In my fishing, I always like more bait than less over my rigs. Now, my theory for that is that I know it's lovely bait, they love it, and I want a certain amount of that sort of eaten, if you like, before encountering my rigs. Almost, I liken it to like a floater fishing scenario. You know, once you get them really troughing on the top, they're much easier to hook. Now, I liken that to, to the scenario you're looking at lower down in the water column. You know, I want a good amount of that bait down the hatch before getting picked up.
Good sign.
Slightly up the shelf,
So
which is sort of where you would expect them to
we
be.
call that traffic there. That's similar to what I saw yesterday
Yeah.
with fish, I think, just patrolling that island.
Yeah, which is what you sort of expect, isn't
Yeah.
it, really?
Good sign.
Yeah. Whereas here, if we see them in shot, it's because they're there to eat.
Yeah. If they visit this spot, they come in there with purpose.
Yeah.
If they come through this shot, they could just be
Yeah.
going up and down.
Although the rig was sitting well, the line lay into the left-hand spot was starting to bug Luke.
Basically had enough of looking at that bit of leader looped up. So with not a lot going on, we're gonna put a big old bit of putty on and redo the rod. Try and whip this up without damaging the hook point. It's heavier than my lead. Like a double bolt effect from drive the hook home. Right. That should be effective though, shouldn't it? We'll have a look. We'll soon see, won't we? This is a particularly awkward to pole this through here, through this other rod and gazebo. Right.
Right, tweak it back, mate, a tiny bit.
Dragging a rig across gravel here, which is something I'd never do, but again, for purposes of this film, it's necessary.
Keep going, stop. Tiny bit more. Stop. That's it, sweet, leave that.
How's the leader sitting?
Looks all right, mate.
Looks all right, it's good.
I think the putty's still actually up in the air, but it's close to the weed,
Yeah,
so it's out of the way.
okay.
Right, looking in at the screen, don't lean back, please. We don't see like
Do you know how many big ones I've been lifting lately?
that. This is what we're looking at now. The line lay is much better. Obviously, the lead is closer to the weed. You can see your line. Your lead's obviously at the edge of the weed, running up the weed. Don't think the putty's actually made that much difference.
That's nice, though, isn't it?
But-
Where its position's nice.
Yeah.
I like the whole lot.
I think for anyone fishing these kind of spots, as I sort of said to Luke, we've done a bit of this lately, and quite often you get that line coming up from the lead over the weed. So if you're fishing those sort of spots, you want to be clipping up as close to the weed as you can, so that your line is going down the weed, not through the middle of the spot, which is what we've got here now. It looks a lot better, doesn't it, straight away?
Yeah. Happy days, just want a carp to turn up, don't we?
Rig sat proud as well. Yeah. Finally, 2 rigs in position, lovely jubbly.
Now I know the lads initially fished in the Finger Bays, and for me, when I first walked around Wraysbury, I thought, wow, when I saw the Finger Bays, because I thought this is an area of Wraysbury that I could fish, even with my simple kit that I had at that point. It seems like any other little carp lake that you might have fished. There's overhanging trees. The cast maybe 30 or 40 yards over to the other side. It doesn't feel like you're fishing a massive inland sea. It seems very achievable fishing, you know, sort of simple fishing almost. Just cast over to an overhanging tree, catapult a few boilies, and you're away. But in my experience of the time when I fished there, it was a tricky old spot to catch carp from. When I went there, I'd read Phil Thompson's book, and I remember well, he wrote about a brace of fish he caught there one autumn night. And I thought, well, then that, you know, it's got to be, I've got to better replicate that. But in my experience, the Finger Bays were a very, very tricky area. The fish passed through it a bit, but they were hard to get them to stop and feed confidently. I think because they felt like maybe they were in such an enclosed area, they felt that they were in a risky area to stop and actually have a feed. There was 1 or 2 of the overhanging trees, particularly right at the northern end of the Finger Bays. I remember there was one very big overhanging pussy willow tree, and underneath that you'd always find a few tench and very commonly 1 or 2 carp, and very, very rare to see anything decent under there. Occasionally, one of Wraysbury's greatest characters would have been in that area though, and that was a fish called measles, and measles definitely liked that area. Dave Lane referred to measles as the Finger Bay mirror. And I was lucky enough to catch measles several times, and surprise, surprise, I caught measles mainly in the Railway Lake, which is right up to the Finger Bays. And on 2 occasions I caught measles from under bushes, literally as the fish would have come out of the Finger Bays and tracked round into the Railway Lake. I caught measles twice in that area. So measles definitely like that area a lot.
We have boilies falling in front of the screen.
Oh,
Harder. Don't drop too many short, whatever you
they're
do.
sweet as a nut, mate.
No, stop, man, stop, because you're putting them all in the silt. It's just going to kill the area.
Right, one more. There you go. How's that?
There are certain times when I hate having to have an input towards what people are doing when they're fishing. You know, imagine walking into someone's swim while they're baiting up and then you start to tell them they're not allowed to put any more bait out, or when they're cast their rig out and they're happy with where it lands, you tell them to reel it in again. You know, it's not a great position to be in, but something I always have to go back to is it for the good of the bigger picture, which is the film we are trying to make? And in this instance, it was very much that. I had every intention of letting Luke do what he wanted to do, when he wanted to do it, and only intervening if I felt I had to. But in this case, because a lot of his bait was falling short, he's at max catapult range, that was falling into the silt. And as much as he was, you know, loving the fact there was all this bait in the silt, I am very aware now that if 4 or 5 carp turn up and start eating in the silt, we're not going to be able to see anything. So, unfortunately, I had to tell him to stop.
His tail.
Walloping him. Come on. I just noticed it start to cloud more. I really thought it was the birds, but he's come from... Ooh.
Looks a bit agitated, doesn't he? Look how hollow he is underneath.
Yeah.
Needs a good feed up.
Needs a good hinge rig in his mouth, that's what he needs. He's done that again, like he's had a little spook up. He's had a little twitch up
He
again.
like it, does he?
No, he's like something... Something's bothering him, it seems.
Wonder
That
if
was
it's
the same
that
fish though.
pile of bait. That's where he looked, wasn't it?
No, he ate that pile of bait last time he was here. Yeah, out of that.
That's sort of that zone where he spooked. Look at all that bait over there. Looks good, doesn't it?
No, doesn't look good.
I think it looks
It's
excellent.
short in the silt, and when
I think
they
it
eat
looks-
it, the whole spot's going to go
I
cloudy.
think it looks excellent, mate.
It does if you weren't making underwater film.
Look at the spread between them. I just bit my lip.
We need someone stronger who can actually pull a catapult back properly.
You're looking at him, mate.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's
You'll
anyone
probably
like
get to the back of this weed.
that. Share that.
God's sake.
Dribbled all over it.
No, that's your bit.
That's the bitten end. I don't like bitten bits.
Go half of that.
Go away.
Half.
No,
That's all I got left.
I don't care. Shouldn't have been.
Did you bring chocolate with you?
Right, here we go again.
Got a
I'm saying it's different.
little white bit on his
Yeah, that's a
end of
different
his
fish, I think.
face.
He came from that way as well, and the other one disappeared that way.
Yeah.
Feeding at the back of shot.
It's more like it, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you think we arrived around about 10 minutes from now stage when we arrived here. So around 2 o'clock, they were smacking this area, weren't they? What we want is we want more than one at a time.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
Agreed,
It always
mate.
does.
Yeah.
And again, look, see the way he just
I like that. I like him at the back of shot. Get
but
some confidence up there and then
They
come in.
away, so
Like you say, they need mates with them. Bit of competition.
right. We have a carp, back edge of shot in the silt. You like them boilies there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, mate.
What's he?
And more importantly, I think,
Look at the cloud coming up round him.
yeah, that was your fear, wasn't it?
Him hugging the bottom, look. Just sat there. Come on. Don't do that. Is he going to go? Why does he do that? Just swims off.
It's like he has a feed and gets all
Yes.
sort of spooked.
Look at the
almost.
cloud though. You can see why I'm so fearful of the silt. Because that's one carp.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
If
get,
you
I
had
get
a group
it.
of
I get
fish,
it.
like, but you can see why they would be so confident and so excited when they're eating bait in silt. They lose
Absolutely.
themselves, wouldn't they?
That's,
All
that's half of the draw.
the
of
fear
it
is gone. They can't see anything, just mopping food up, aren't they?
Yeah, all inhibitions sort of go. I think they
Mm.
can't see a lot, and yeah, it's almost what we want. I think that will attract them in. If they passing carp see that cloud, they'll come in and have a look.
For sure, yeah. Come back, fishy.
In a lot of my angling, I tend to use a lot of bait and do a lot of baiting up. Now, what you find with that is areas clean off, and I like to use, often I'll like to use pop-up rigs, so I find myself chasing the edges of the spot as they clean. Now, we had a scenario where we were getting polished off in front of the camera, and I naturally wanted to sort of fish into the silt at the back of the shot, and Elliot was sort of obviously wanted me to fish on the cleaner ground. So there was a bit of a compromise as to, you know, where I wanted to go and where we had to go. So, but so that wasn't, for me, that wasn't ideal. But obviously the scenario we were faced with, it had to be on that clean bit. Now the reason for this is, as you all see, that hinge rig looked a little bit alien over really clean ground. Now I'm trying to use that same rig in perhaps the dirtier edges of the spot where it'll be that much more effective.
He's back, he's back. Same one again? Potentially, yeah. Come back with his mate, that's what we want. That's good though, because he's fed, he's gone, and he's come back.
He's coming back more frequently, isn't he?
I like the fact your pop-up's kind of on its own. Like it's not,
That
it's
coat.
the sort of bait that they'll pick up with a bit of purpose, I think, like that.
Yeah.
Rather than sat with others. Still there, look.
Yep.
Middle shot just at the back.
This is when you expect
There's
a
the
couple
coat,
more to join him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. 2 in 1 dive, look.
3, 4, about 4 or 5 it
Yeah.
I think in the end.
That's interesting.
12 millers, I suppose.
Yeah.
Carp, he's coming back.
He looks a bit more
He's quite
confident
cat
now,
rolling.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do you think?
He's returning.
He's got a bit more purpose and a bit more...
Yeah. The
He
fact he's
seems-
going and coming back is good. But like you say, that clouded water,
Yeah. Oh, is that one? Was that bird?
I think it was I didn't really see it, but I'm going to say it was a bird.
Maybe an orb, I think, maybe. I'm going to bait down the edge, just to keep an eye on more than anything. We did see fish under this overhang last week when we come and baited up, just as a bit of interest really, just to keep something to keep an eye on over the next day or so.
On these shoots, it's always good to have a spot baited and ready as another option to drop a camera onto. And although the last few hours have been quiet on the fish front, carp was starting to move in.
Right, so we've just had 2 carp feed. Sorry, 1 fed, didn't he? The other one didn't.
This is good though, mate. I feel like they're holding over there somewhere. Do you? Do you know what I mean? They're coming, always come from the camera.
Might be coming from the main lake. Running one through that channel was out into thingy.
Good line that.
Just wanting to eat confidently. Yeah, look at that. That's nice.
He is.
That's nice. And again, mate. Go on. And again. Just eat. Oh, different fish, I'm saying. There you go. 2 fish.
Yeah.
Right, we've got 2 now.
They both look interested.
This is what we want, mate.
It's
2
prime
fish
time now as well,
2
isn't it?
fish feeding at once.
Where's the rig? Is
The
that
rig's right there, behind, slightly behind a bit
that's
of
what I
weed.
thought, yeah. He's feeding
He's
in the
chowing
weed.
down, mate, yeah. Look at that tail.
Superb, isn't it?
Yeah. Turn around, wall up the pop-up. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't the first time I've seen this happen.
What, today?
No, just in general.
General.
The fish just turn up, eat, and then leave like they're not
Like they sense something.
very happy about something.
I've often thought, do you think they sense something through the line?
You might have shocking line lay that they can see. You just don't know.
It's fluoro.
There's a lot of weed out there between you and the spot, but
Yeah, but we can't see it there, can we? So-
no.
But do you think they sense things like
I
things
honestly-
transmitted through line, like
I really don't
a taut line out there or whatever? Because I've noticed it. I've never seen fish on these shoots you do feed so confidently.
That's when there's
as
not a
when
line
they-
in the water.
Like when we turned the camera on this morning,
Yeah.
they're eating the floor in front of the camera, and then
But the only difference is the line in that situation. Only one thing that's different about now and this morning, other than the time of day, of course, is the fact you've now got a rod out. But even on the Henry shoot, there were fish feeding with gusto when there was no line
There was
there.
no, yeah, rodding, yeah, I saw that.
When
yeah.
it was, they stopped. I didn't believe it would really be the case, but when I got there, it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And the difference was, reeled a rod in, and they just come and trashed it. Put the rod back out, and they wouldn't.
What is that then? What is that? Is it something to do with a straight line?
You might have a build-up of scum on your line. I'm fishing a lake at the minute that's crystal clear. My lines, the water is tap, but my lines look like white rope.
They don't.
You might just
look at that out there. Certainly off the tip. Maybe out there where there's a bit more sediment, maybe. But off the tip, you can't see the line.
No.
I don't know.
Maybe they're just not quite hungry enough yet to trash it. Who knows? That's the mystery.
That's not carp, is it?
That's a wee bit.
It's round. No, behind.
No, that's
It's a
that blob that's been on
blob,
there all day, yeah.
Right, we're just coming into the last sort of half hour of light. Today's been slightly disheartening, given how much activity we see in front of the camera this morning and yesterday when we got here. We've seen the odd one come through, have a bit of a feed and then sort of shoot off. Nothing with any real gusto or any amount of fish, you know. But we're going to leave the rods in position. I've got a good feeling about sort of this evening. The early part of the night this time of year is king. And also, you know, we'll have the rods in position. If we don't get one tonight, we'll have the rods in position for first thing tomorrow morning. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to stay upbeat, but I don't know, I thought we'd have had one by now.
Very close to the bottom bait, good line. Go a little bit left and he's on you.
I'm going to put two side by side, a pop up and a double 12mm bottom bait. I would not be surprised to see that fly back into the mouth and the fish shoot off.
We love it. There you go, look straight back down. Look at that, reset perfectly, mate.
And there was always a chance of seeing one of the big girls floating about in there in sunshine.
Leather, is that a leather?
On both spots at the same time.
Yeah. Interestingly, it's the bottom bait rod. We literally had that fish on the bank and this other rod's melted. He's ours, mate, yes. I'm pleasantly surprised about how nice these carp are, you know. How blue linear. Colours are wicked, aren't they?
The linear's back. The linear's back right in front of the camera. Well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. A small piece of an incredible series with Luke Stevenson, highlighting the highs and lows of autumn fishing on a proper carp lake. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way. We really appreciate it. And as I said at the start of this video, if you use the code Wraysbury when subscribing, there's a little surprise for you there.